Hi there, this is Stephanie DiGiacopo, and this is my Project Part 5, Work in Progress Part 2. I'm going to speak today about my final 3 paintings and the progress I've made since the midterm. I've been working on my artist statement, and obviously it's a work in progress, but I would like to read it to you. I have a tendency to speak quietly. Painting for me describes how powerful and daring quiet is. It asks always that we measure our distance and awaits beauty in all things without decoration. My work can be described as contemporary realism. I'm drawn to depictions of the Northeast where I feel most at home. Working in oil, I'm attempting to share what I'm witnessing intuitively. If one can notice the posture of honesty or safety or mystery in a landscape, then that is what I'm attempting to paint. I see outside an eager and dignified discussion between the tree line and the clouds, while the field may have its own different awareness. My process grows out of the questions I ask of my surroundings. Their response comes to me in shapes and values and layers of color playing upon each other. There are visible energies with an open message. The ways they align in the value shifts and colors is what drives me to describe it in paint. I am assured by looking that the world I'm seeing is also the world I am receiving. This piece is called Last Snow, and it's still in progress. I plan to pull some of the color of the sky into the reflections in the line of snow. And I plan to add a bit more definition to the highlights and shadows in the 2 fir trees on the right. What I was starting to discover here was how much I enjoyed letting some of the underpainting show through in the final painting. My goal here is to create visual interest by letting some of the underpainting show through the final layers of paint. At the same time, the painting needs to feel unified and exciting. These are some details from Last Snow. You can see that I intentionally created contrast between the more blended, polished sky in the background and the looser, more gestural brushstrokes in the grassy fields in the foreground. This piece is called Tree Line, and it's 24 by 30 inches, oil on panel. The composition shows the rule of thirds. My intent with this piece is to push some of the elements that I started to explore in Last Snow. Similar to the last piece, I painted a clear, blended sky in the background. The line of trees is painted with looser brushstrokes, and the foreground will be looser still. After I make my first sweep across the line of trees, I'll go back and refine some of the details. These are some of the details of Tree Line. You can see the very loose, expressive brush strokes. I've been learning so much with this piece. As I weave my way through the line of trees, I work with a push-pull sort of sensibility. I apply dabs of paint that describe highlights and shadows. Then I combine some of those dabs to make larger shapes. Then I use a rag to wipe away other areas, exposing the underpainting. As I work through the trees, I try to let the paint application create a vibrant, lively, expressive surface, full of color and texture. My final painting will be based on this photo. It will be a vertical 42 by 33 inch oil on canvas. It depicts the view as I leave my parents' home in Vermont. This is a change from my previous reference photo, which I just wasn't excited about right now, but I will likely rephotograph and return to at some point. This reference presents me with many exciting possibilities to continue my recent explorations into combining more and less refined areas in a single painting, and balancing a rich layered surface with areas of underpainting peeking through. And of course, my biggest challenge, as always, is to not overwork the paintings. Thank you for listening, and I will see you all soon.